Hello again, everyone. I've got another colour of the Distress Embossing powder to try. This one is Wild Honey. So I thought I would match it with the Distress Oxide ink pad in Wild Honey. And of course, what did I think of? A bee. So I've got the bee die, the smaller of the two bee dies from Gummiapan. I've got a Gummiapan honeycomb stencil. I found a tiny little bit of a rubber stamp in one of my boxes, and it's got like a flight of bees. I thought that might just go somewhere. And then I just chose a couple of background-ish stamps. This one, both indigo blue. This one's called Open Your Heart, and it's just got bits of uplifting text, but very, very small. It's just kind of a bit of background stuff and a crackle. So I thought I would just see what I could do with this. I don't quite know what order to do them in, whether to emboss this and sort of ink through that, or to ink this and stamp it and emboss through this. I think I'll do that, actually. I think I'll ink this. This piece of card is plain white from Paper Mill Direct, no texture. So I'm going to cut it down, and the reason I choose a piece of card that's slightly bigger than the one I need is in case I've got something that's supposed to be straight and it's not. So I can, when I cut the actual panel, I can straighten it up a bit. So let's do a bit of this. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put this onto a block. I am just going to stamp kind of a bit of it, like I would if I was stamping a stamp onto a gel plate or whatever. So let's have a go. I think I'm going to do the design in the bottom right hand sort of ish corner. So let's just see. Let's ink it up with, oh, it's kind of bright, isn't it? We have to see about this one. I'll ink all of the thing, and then it doesn't matter which bit I use, it'll have ink on. Right, now I just want a bit of it, really. Oops. You may see the arrow there. That was one crafter who was looking at some of my work. I was looking at a stamp to see which way up to do it, and they suggested putting an arrow, which is the top, to save yourself from looking every time, which I thought was brilliant. Another little thing I've just bought, actually, is this Nouveau stamp cleaning cloth. And it's a bit like my Lawn Fawn one, like the Lawn Fawn chamois. And you just wet it and wipe off your stamps. And it does leave them really, really lovely and clean. You don't get any hairy bits like you would if you were using paper towel or whatever. I have got some stamp cleaner for you know, dye inks or whatever, but I keep them in a takeaway box to keep it moist, stop it from drying out. Okay, now let me see. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just dry this bit off, because I don't want this one to be embossed. Okay, now I'm going to use a bit of this. How am I going to do it? There's quite a nice bit there. Let me get some low tack tape just to tack this down. That should do. Is that in line with? just getting the sides of this level with the straight bit of the text underneath. Right, I'm going to use my Emboss It dabber. This is very similar to yesterday's technique. It's just a question of having a go with different colours and see what the overall effect is, really. I'm not used to this dabber yet. It's difficult to know exactly how much to put on. I'm working towards this kind of triangle sort of shape. I think that's all right. Okay, put the top on, take off my stencil, put that to one side, get a piece of scrap. Oh, there's a bit of they get everywhere, don't they? Somebody said to me today that they were getting out their gilding flakes and they'd forgotten they've got the fan heater on. What a wonderful picture. Oh dear, I said it was like Christmas, all done up like a Christmas tree. Wonderful. I do love it when people tell me their crafting stories. I think it's fab. Right, let's see what this goes like. That's quite nice. Don't know if I like that chap. I'll rub him off. Okay. We'll put this back into the pot. Now this stuff dries translucent, so any of the stamping that I did underneath should show through. Let's see. Okay. Heat tool. Here we go. Okay, now I did wonder about a little bit of this crackle stamp, but I don't want it very prevalent. I've got a bit of powder here. Let me just give it a wipe. I don't want it very prevalent, so I think I'll stamp off, if you know what I mean. So get this handy here. I'll get a bit of, I'm going to do it with my fingers again. Quite interesting, actually. Don't like that bit, but still, I'll put a bit more over that. I've got a harsh line. That's better. I got a line from the edge of the stamp. Right, we're getting there. Let's have a look. Got my little flight of the flight of the bumblebees here. I'm going to stick to the same colour just to see what kind of happens. Where would they go? I don't know if this might spoil it, but we'll see. Oh no, it's all right. Look, they just fit in that. Bit of luck, isn't it? Goodness me, they just fit in that little shape there. Now, for one of these chaps, or two of these chaps, maybe even. Let's bring this in a bit. This is an offcut from the same cardstock. I don't like to have cardstock that doesn't kind of match. He's quite nice, isn't he? He's quite a handsome chap. My husband came home from shopping in the middle of doing this video, so I just had to stop it because I screamed to say I'd heard him come in, and it probably would have deafened you. So I just stopped what I was doing, went and helped him unload the shopping, and I'm just going to carry on now. So I've got one bee here and wondering whether to colour it or to, I don't know what. I thought I would try a layer of vellum on the top just to see what that looks like, because I always think vellum looks nice for the wings of insects and things on die cuts. Let's use the other end because that's all curled up. Got it out of the drawer. Right. Let's see what the vellum does, whether we cut off the wings and just put the wings on or use the whole thing. I don't know. Did I not put that through hard enough? What's happening here? There we go. Didn't cut brilliantly. Let me just do another one. Let's try this chap. That's better. That's better. Now, what do we do? It looks a bit dirty against the white. Might be all right. Let me just cut this panel down so I can see what the overall effect is going to be. Let's have a look. I'll have it about there. About square. A little bit of low-tack tape. Normally my husband creeps in case he thinks I'm doing a video, but we're having some people around for supper tomorrow, so he'd got quite a bit of shopping. I don't do grocery shopping in this household, you understand. It's not my department. I don't do grocery shopping. I do other kinds of shopping, plenty of it, but my husband does the grocery shopping. He also does trash, and what else does he do? Washing up. Not allowed anywhere near the dishwasher. No, it's a good system. We've been working at it for nearly 50 years, so we're kind of getting there, you know. 50 years in December. Right. Now let's have another look. Where's my... Oh, he might be all right. He might be all right. I wonder what it would look like if I did a border just of vellum. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? That would link that in. I think I'll do that. I'll cut another piece of vellum to make the border. And what I'm going to do is to stick the vellum down to all parts of the bee except the wings and leave them flapping, I think. Be interesting, won't it? Let's have a go. These things just, you know, they flit into my head in the middle of doing stuff. I don't know. And I'm going to put a bit of shape into this bee. I don't like him flat. I'm going to use my embossing tool. Get plenty of glue on. If it's all over, it might not show too much on the vellum, because whatever you stick vellum with shows through. But if it's all over, it might be all right. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Right, let's stick this down. It looks blue when it's first on this glue, but it does dry clear, so don't have to worry about it looking blue. Just have to hold it for a minute. The legs are very delicate. I haven't used the bigger of the two Gummiapan bees yet that I recently purchased, but I quite like the size of that. That looks quite interesting. Let me just give him a bit of shape. Put him on his back, get out my embossing tool, and just give him a bit of, like he's had a good meal. There we go. He's quite nice, isn't he? I think I'm going to leave him like this. I could colour him and just make a pig's breakfast of it. So, to get him a little proud of the surface of the card, I'm going to use a little bit of double-sided, not double-sided, well, it is double-sided, but foam tape, just to make sure he's raised a little bit. So put this down his body like this. Made it a bit too long, just have to cut a bit off the top. Okie dokie. He's sweet, isn't he? Is he a he? Yes, he is a he, isn't he? Yeah. I imagine he's a he. I'm going to put him on here. Do we want another one? I'll just cut out one of these and just see what it feels like, to see if we think we need another one. If we don't, we'll just leave it at the one. I can always put a sentiment on if I want to, but I'm kind of thinking that oftentimes intricate dies like this are easier to take out of the back of the card. Come on, there we go. There we are. I might have two, and then it would be quite nice for a new home card, wouldn't it? You know, you could have, you know, two people moving into a new home. I'll cut another one of the vellum ones. Right. Oh, I'm getting hit with tiny pearls. Right. There we go. Right, same thing. Glue all over the body and the legs, leaving the wings. Make sure there's plenty of glue on. I might actually put a little bit of Wink of Stella onto, or the equivalent, the Nouveau one that I've got, the glitter gloss, whatever it's called. There we go. I have to use my tweezers to align these. There we are. We're getting there. Do you know, since I started my Facebook page, I think I've got about 3,000 followers, which is absolutely wonderful. I am so thrilled. And I'd like to thank all these lovely people who leave such wonderful comments, and I do love reading. I try to respond to every single one, because if I feel that, you know, what I've done has helped somebody or affected them, you know, in a positive way, it gives me absolute joy. It really does. Okay, I think we've nearly done here, people. We had a PE mistress once at school, used to call us people. Come on, people, she would say. Come on, people, frightfully, frightfully. Old school, hockey sticks and all that kind of stuff. Right. There. And then all that is left for me to do is to pop on a sentiment if I want to. There we go. I'm going to pop this onto a card, onto a card base, and I think I will do that business. Put a little bit of the vellum around as a border. So there's another one under the oh, look. Oh, yes. Do I do the bodies? I might just leave it at the wings. Oh, look at that. Lovely. So there you go. Another one of the Distress Embossings. Thank you so much for watching.